Hello everyone, it's Amy Gretchen. Thank you so much for joining me today. So in this video, I'm actually going to be making a card with you guys, doing something a little bit different, but I mentioned that I really enjoy making cards because I like to send cards. So hopefully you guys will enjoy the process of me sharing some of the card creations that I make. And for this card, I'm going to be using Spellbinders January Glimmer of the Month kit. So if you're not familiar with Spellbinders or their kit clubs, they have an amazing assortment of kits, and their kits are so well done. They've got like dies, they've got stamps, they've got embossing folders, they've got stitch dies, you name it, they have a kit for it. And I feel like they do such an amazing job with them every single month. But when I was first introduced to the Glimmer hot foil machine was way back when it first came out, and I was so interested in it because not only do I love adding foil to my projects, but it's so great because it actually impresses into the paper. So it sort of gives you a letterpress feel. And I love letterpress so much. So when I first saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get this. At any rate, I ended up investing in the machine, and then I needed some plates to go along with it. And so it just made a lot of sense for me to subscribe to their kit, the Glimmer of the Month kit. And since then, now there has been a ton of companies that have come out with a bunch of different plates. So many. Pink Fresh Studio has some really great ones. Simon Says Stamp has some really great ones. In fact, I used one on day 11 in my December daily album, so you guys could check that out on that video if you are interested. So I do want to do a more in-depth video about these foil plates and using the Glimmer hot foil machine, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that today. I think I want to be able to do more of a step-by-step process with you guys where it's, you know, a little bit more on the slower side. I do think I've got a video on my YouTube channel where I use some hot foil to create some 3x4 cards for my project life. So if I can find that, and if I actually did it, it's like in my mind I've done it. If I can find that, I will have it linked below. But if not, definitely look for a video coming up where I talk a little bit more about that. In fact, I'd like to do a video showing how just all of the different ways to add foil to your project. So I want to kind of talk about some of those ways because, you know, I really love using the foil quill as well. But at any rate, that was a very long introduction of this card that I'm making and how I'm using the Glimmer hot foil machine. So you use it a lot like you would use a die, except for you're using foils. And instead of cutting, you are pressing the plate into the paper. So the foil that I'm using is a pink foil that came from Spellbinders as well. And it looks a little translucent, but it actually is a really, really great print. I think this would be really pretty with like a tone on tone. Like if I had used a pink cardstock instead of white, I think that that would have been really pretty as well. But I wanted the pink to kind of stand out on the white because I am going to use a pink background for my card base. So like I mentioned, it is a lot like a die cut machine, but it's pressing in instead of cutting out, and it's pressing down the foil, and it's using heat. So that's basically what the Glimmer machine is doing. It is heating up the metal so that the foil will transfer. It's a lot like the foil quill, except for the foil quill is using very small strokes, you know, in one line because it's using the silhouette to do it. And this is just a metal plate. So hopefully that helps you guys understand a little bit. And then watching me work and seeing the impression that it's making will help. I'm not 100% sure why I didn't show you the actual kit that I'm using, the Glimmer kit. I will show you as I transition and start using the die, because what's so great about their Glimmer hot foil kit is not only do they give you plates, but usually there is some kind of die that goes along with the plate. So it's not just the plate itself, it is also has the die. And what's so amazing about the Spellbinders Club kits is you get so much for your money. It's so amazing. Like I said, not only do you get the foil plates, but you also get the die cuts to go along with it. Anyway, I'm not trying to sell you guys on something, especially on something that you're not at all interested in, but I'm just really excited about these kits. And so it's something that I wanted to share with you guys. If you've not seen them, it might be worth visiting their website, and I will have that linked below so you can kind of see some of the products that they offer, because I use several of them in my December daily. Really, really love them. And I'm just a really big fan right now. All right, so I am starting to die cut these pieces out. So there is a die cut that goes around the flowers, and then there's a die cut that die cuts the words. So the word says "for you," and in the kit I think there's a hello, and there's one other word phrase that I can't now remember. It's small because it fits in this little tag die cut, which I think is so fun that it is a tag. And then you kind of briefly saw the kit, and I will show it towards the end when I'm done with the die cuts, so you can see me put away the die cuts. There is a card that goes with it, and while I didn't use it today, I think it would be a lot of fun for a Sweet 16 card. So anyway, you'll see that in just a second as I'm putting away all of the pieces. Now I do have a better way of organizing my die cuts. Here you can see the card that I was talking about, and then the dies that go along with the set. Like I said, for the money, I feel like you're getting so much product. All right, so let's just move on with this card. Now that I have the foiling done and I have the die cutting done, I am going to be making my card bases. I wish I could tell you what pink color this was, like where the cardstock came from, because I have no idea, but it's like my last piece and I would like to use it again. And I don't have any idea where it came from. I think it's old because on the inside, there was a very thin line that has been discolored, I think from the sun, just kind of from getting hit by the sun over the years. So I think it's a little bit older. I know there's a lot of card companies that have really great pink cardstock. So at any rate, I may just have to try some other pinks and see how they work out. But I'm sorry that I can't tell you exactly where this came from, because I think it actually matched really well with this foil. So I just pulled over some DMC gold twine that I have just from my stash, and I'm using that on this little tag, and I want the tag to look like it's kind of pulling off of the flower. So my idea with this was almost like I was thinking that maybe I needed some kind of a vase or something, and I actually do have the Spellbinders box, and afterwards I thought, oh, that would actually be really cute. They have this die that looks like a box, and it's kind of popped up. And I was like, oh, that would be really cute to look like the flowers were coming out of the box. But I chose not to do that for this card. I really was thinking that it was like I was looking down on the flowers, so the vase would be like underneath the flower. So that's kind of how I'm viewing this in my mind. And then just having the tag kind of floating off of it. And both of these I have put the foam underneath to give it a little bit of lift. Sometimes I will actually die cut the card right out, but I felt like using the foam would be perfectly fine for this. So I'm going to do it one more time just so you guys can see. I was just cutting a little bit off the edge. I don't know if my fold was off, but I know that the corner was a little bit dented, so I wanted to fix that. So just adding the foam tape to the bottom, because the die is white and the foam tape is white, you can't really see it. So I think it's totally fine. And then I'm just going to assemble the card together like I did the other one. So if you guys have any questions about what I've done today, please ask them. Like I said, I will definitely do a better video kind of showing you the Glimmer hot foil machine, but I wanted to be able to get this up so that you guys could see one of the projects that I have been working on. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the process of watching me create this card. And I would love to hear if you guys would like to see more. In fact, I'm like, I don't know, if you guys said you didn't want to see more, I still might share them just because it's something creative that I really enjoy doing. It is just one of those fun things, and I feel like it is like all the things that I share on my video or that I have shared recently. It's very relaxing to me and just really fun to put together. And knowing that I'm making it for someone else actually makes it that much sweeter for me. So anyway, hopefully you guys will enjoy this and will continue to want to see some of my card making. Plus, I will say one of the things that draws me back to card making over and over and over again is I really love the products that they come out with. You know, this hot foil is so fun. It feeling like letterpress is just the icing on the cake for me. And so many other fun dyes and products in this card making industry that it's just so hard not to want to buy them, and it's so hard not to want to play with it. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will definitely see you next time. Bye.